Last week in science, we started talking about microorganisms. So what is micro? What does that tell you? What is it? Small. Just kind of small or itty bitty bitty? Yes. Okay. So microorganisms are teeny tiny. And then the organism tells us it is a living thing. Okay. So those very, very teeny tiny living things that we can't see usually with our naked eye. We'd have to have like a microscope or a magnifying glass or something to be able to see them. Give me an example of a microorganism. Give me one, DJ. Decomposers are, you're exactly right. So tell me about a type of decomposer, Jeremiah. Bacteria. Maggie, what's the other one we talked about?
Fungus.
We talked about bacteria and fungus last week. And we talked about them, mainly their job as decomposers or breaking down of trash or waste is what we talked about last week. This week, we're going to talk about another kind of bacteria. So let's do a little refresher. Where does bacteria live? Tell me one place it could live, Aiden. Trash cans. Okay, give me another example of where bacteria could live. Tatum. Okay. Zyla? In your home. Callie? Rainforest. Are they in the air? Yeah. Do bacteria live in the ground or the soil?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How about in water?
Yes.
Yes. You know another place that bacteria lives?
Where?
In our mouth. In our mouth. There are about 600 or more varieties or types of bacteria just inside your mouth. Even if your mouth is clean, you brush your teeth, floss, use mouthwash, all those things, you still have about 600 different types of bacteria living inside your mouth. And most of this bacteria that you have living inside your mouth is either helpful, it's actually good for you, or it's harmless. That means that it's not really helping you, but it's not hurting you either. It's not anything bad. So most of them are helpless or harmless, but there are some different types of bacteria that are harmful in your mouth. So one of those types of bacteria, what it actually does is it takes the sucrose or the sugar that you eat in your food or that you drink, and it turns it into a lactic acid, and that lactic acid decomposes or erodes your tooth enamel. That's the covering, the coating on the outside of your teeth that protect your teeth. So when you go to the dentist, they're checking to make sure that you don't have any of the decay in your teeth. What's it called if you have erosion in one of your teeth, if there's a hole in it? What's that called, DJ? A cavity, exactly. So that's what the dentist is checking for, is for that erosion. And it can cause even more serious tooth decay than just a cavity. So that's why it's important to take care of our mouths and to make sure that we're going to the dentist and having checkups regularly when we're supposed to. Okay, so we talked about bacteria. They're all microscopic. They're single cell living organisms. They're decomposers, so they break things down. Where do they like to live? Where do they like to live, Jaden? Okay, where else? What kind of environments? Warm and wet. So do you think your mouth would be a perfect place for bacteria? Yeah, it's definitely wet in your mouth. And it's warm, so it's a perfect environment. So today we have one vocabulary word, and that vocabulary word is plaque. Have you heard of plaque in your mouth? Okay. Plaque is a sticky coating that is created by the bacteria that's growing on your teeth. Okay? So I'm going to read you today's passage
Quigley?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have Ainsley?
Yes, I do.
I need her to come check out.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Surprise.
All right, bacteria are everywhere. In fact, you have about 10 times as many bacteria in your body as you have cells. It's a lot of bacteria, isn't it?
There's lots of cells.
And your mouth contains more bacteria than the human population of the world. There's more bacteria in your mouth than there are humans in the entire world. That's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it? Of the 600 or more types of bacteria in your mouth, most are helpful or at least harmless. One type of mouth bacteria, however, can damage your teeth if it grows out of control. Bacteria are always multiplying on your teeth. Communities of bacteria combine with food debris to form a sticky, colorless coating called plaque. Dental plaque can contain billions of bacteria and is the first step in the process of tooth decay. All right, so we talked about the number of bacteria that are in our bodies. How many times more bacteria is in our body than the number of cells that we have in our body, Graceland? 10 times, that's right. There's 10 times more bacteria in our bodies than there are cells. So is all the bacteria that we have in our mouths harmful? No. In fact, it said that most of it is either helpful or harmless. So all the bacteria most definitely is not harmful. We talked about the vocabulary word plaque. Does plaque protect our teeth from tooth decay, or does plaque cause tooth decay, Bryce? It causes tooth decay. That's exactly right. What is the plaque made up of? Bacteria. You think it takes just a little bit of bacteria or a lot? Lot. In fact, it's billions of bacteria that make up or form the plaque. Does tooth decay cause plaque to form on our teeth? No. Tooth decay happens because plaque is built up on our teeth. Remember, plaque is made up of bacteria, and bacteria are what?
Microorganisms.
They are microorganisms. What's their job? To decompose or break down. So when our teeth are decaying or breaking down, it's caused by that bacteria and plaque. Okay, you have 5 true-false questions and 1 open response question today on your science. Make sure that you write your answer in complete sentences on the open response.